I can't believe it's these guys again. I mean, I can because it's these guys, but also with how stacked this bracket was, I thought for sure we'd have something different this week. But no. Why would it be anything different? Why would any of us want anything different when instead we could just have the same thing that we always have here at the KSL in the grand finals? Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Site Delta, it is herO. Playing for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. His opponent in the lower right, it is, of course, darK, representing Talon Esports. And, I mean, this is it, guys. This is the KSL finals. It has been the finals like 15 other times or something. And it apparently will continue to be the finals. I love that these guys just play. It's just what they do. They just play in the KSL and they fight each other in the finals. And sometimes it's not both of them, but a lot of times it is both of them. That being said, I don't think darK's super happy about this. He probably was wishing gumiho would win that last series against herO, or maybe Trap, or literally anybody. Because darK, in specifically KSL finals, really struggles against herO. And I say that because I think darK does just fine against herO in other settings. Like, I don't know. I feel like they go back and forth in other tournaments. I've cast them in EPT. I've cast darK winning there. But only one time in the KSL finals has darK won. And I think herO's like 14-1 or something. It's insane. It's an insane record to have against specifically darK. I really need to keep track. I should like write this down. How many times they played against each other, because I've counted it so many times. But you know, while we're kind of chilling here, I'll count it again. 3. Let's see, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I think this is the 15th, because I counted 13, but I missed the one that darK won. I know darK won one of them. I think this is the 15th. I do think herO is 14-1. Or no, I think he's 13-1. With this being the 15th time they fought each other, which is insane. Petition to have KSL upgraded to Premier Event, Artie's next GOAT rant. Unfortunately, Artosis just completely disregarded all online results, which I don't agree with. That's my one big gripe. Honestly, I'll give my honest opinion right now. I actually do not hate Artosis's points at all. I think he started out his first video a little bit like he was trying to start some confrontationally. He started out that video a little confrontationally. But honestly, I like his points. I love that we're having this kind of an argument, this kind of a discussion. As much as I mean, clearly herO is the strongest player currently and is, I think, StarCraft 2's only real bonjour that we've had. Maro is very close. If he had been able to win one weekend tournament during his big run around 2018, 2019, I think we have a much better argument, but he wasn't. So I think herO gets the, like, he's the bonjour, he's the current best player, he's the best player to ever play StarCraft 2. But does that mean he's the greatest of all time? I don't know. Artos has made some good points. It's a different thing. And, like, it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. That being said, I think disregarding online results really doesn't work, especially when Rogue's military service was over a time period where a lot of tournaments were like only able to be online, And I mean, again, we just had like 2 full years where there were no offline tournaments, right? So it seems silly to me to completely disregard online results. I think you have to weight them less than offline for sure. But like, they clearly still matter. I do think that despite the caliber of players we have in an event like KSL, this is clearly not going to matter as much to these players as a DreamHack. So even though, yeah, herO versus Dark could be a GSL match, that doesn't matter. It's like the weeklies don't matter, right? I don't think a weekly is gonna. It honestly, something like a weekly tournament shouldn't hold weight in a GOAT discussion, unless maybe one player is extremely dominant. You know what I mean? Then maybe yeah. Because if you come in here, let's say Dark comes in here thinking, I'm almost certainly going to have to fight herO in the finals. Maybe he does, maybe this is really important to him because he's lost 13 of the 14 times they've played in the finals. Jesus Christ, 10 probes went down over here. The Adepts not getting nearly the damage done they had wanted to. A few drones did die earlier to the Oracles, just to touch on this game a little bit. But the 10 probes here is really, really big. That Ling run by doing a lot of work there for Dark. And being able to defend the Adepts back at home without losing any extra drones is huge. That being said, he is down 10 workers after all of that. He's got a 4th base on the way, but like, it's a little painful. He's trying to get in here with Lings and Banes now, but the Oracles are going to target down the Banelings before they get to anything. The shield battery is dead, but that's not enough Lings to finish this off. The Oracles still have energy. Dark's just got more Lings on the way, guys. He's not giving up right now. He's going hard in the paint. Hard in the paint. Oh, the Stalkers blink forward. The Oracles turn on again. Lings are going to pull back. They want to wait for this Oracle energy to die down. There's only one Oracle that can turn on right now. It doesn't have a lot of juice. As I say that, a second one pops out. That can help out the Stalkers. I think Blink is on cooldown. A few of them go down. I don't think Dark's going to have enough here. He's got more Lings on the way. There's a lot more Stalkers showing up, and there's still a few Adepts alive. There's still a little bit of Oracle energy. And the longer Dark waits, the more Oracle energy there's going to be. Oh, this is that probe try to hide. That probe is like, oh, maybe they won't see me. Big blink forward there from herO. I don't think I like that too much. He's going to lose a lot of Stalkers there, blinking forward. herO wants to attack the moment Dark starts building drones. I don't think herO realizes that Dark isn't building drones. Lings are going to get in over here now. No shield battery, but there is a cannon. I mean, I think herO's held. I think that's it. Dark does have 1-1 that just finished. I guess +1 Carapace just finished. But he's just on Lings. And that's a problem for him. He does have a lair, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Lings are going to try to keep him occupied. Baneling's going to waddle in. Waddle, 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 waddle. And they will kill a few probes. Force the rest away. They'll kill that cannon as well. They're going to keep chasing. I don't think they're going to get in here. Lings might be able to bust through. But now the Oracles turn on, and this is what hero's been waiting for. When the moment gets desperate, you just turn those Oracles on, and you're good. You're Gucci. Oh, that's cute, though. A few Lings do sneak in. So, you know what? Dark is getting something done here. And he's buying more time. He's finally going to kill this pylon he's been trying to kill for 20 minutes. Worker count is still in favor of herO, but it's very close. Dark has a 4th. So as he gets out a few more drones, he's going to be mining very efficiently. burrow is on the way as well. burrow is such an interesting choice here. I think it's just going to be very annoying to try to tag all these units with the Oracles. So if Dark can get some Lings burrowed in the main base or in the natural, that's going to be very annoying for herO to clean up. Lings are still doing okay against the Stalkers as well. Stalkers not known for being fantastic against Zerglings. 18 probes have now gone down. So while herO was doing a great job holding on for a while there, suddenly he's down to 40 workers. He still has a big, beefy army. But I say beefy, it is Stalkers. Is Blink Stalkers. They have some big weaknesses, namely being surrounded by Lings. And herO, oh my god, look at the Lings micro through! Dude, those Lings are slippery as hell. Dark buttered them up. before trying to break through that wall. And I thought Dark was dead, man. I thought he was full dead. And he just keeps going. That's the beauty of Dark. It's the magic of Dark. Baneling's trying to crash through. They're not going to get in there. Oh, but the burrow. The burrow. Ling's in the main. The one Baneling outside the third. Ling's in front of the natural. herO's got 6 oracles, so he can actually just tag everything. But he needs to remember where everything is to tag it. And look at, Dark's just going to split everything up. He knows this is annoying. Maybe there's energy for it, but it's still annoying. And he's just keeping herO occupied in the meantime. He's got Hydras coming out. Dark's up to 70 workers. He's got upgrades. Missile attacks is on the way. Hydra upgrades are on the way. He's got a macro hatchery. And he's just been cruising on 4 bases this whole time. Let's take a look at the income. herO's favor, and then boom, huge spike into Dark's favor. And it's going to stay there. herO is probing back up. But, I mean, even at max here, he's only on 3 bases. He doesn't have the gases down here. He's just on gateway tech right now and oracles, which is not super high tech. Ling Hydra is actually quite decent against that, especially with a few Banes mixed in. Finally, the Lings are taken care of. I don't think there's any Lings on this side of the map anymore. Let's check Dark's vision. Oh my god, there's still a lake. Jesus. That's so annoying. After all that, there's still a Zergling. Oh, Bane speed finally on the way. That Baneling nest has been there for a long time, but, you know, don't really need Bane speed, right? Who needs it? herO's gonna, you know, get confirmation that the Hydras are out, but that makes it very dangerous for these oracles to be on this side of the map. So he is gonna pull those back a little bit. Dark queuing up 5, 6 overlords right now. Leads me to believe that he might try to round out this supply with a bunch of units. We'll see. Yeah, there's 32 more Zerglings on the way. Only 69 drones right now. Nice. That means he's gonna have a big beefy army, and it's gonna be very strong against this stalker army of herO. There's just no splash damage. Like some storms, even some Archons here. Some Colossi would be so sick. But herO was just forced to build 47 oracles and nothing but gateway units. He doesn't have anything else. I do love the stasis traps. There's a huge catch already. Another stasis trap only catches a few Lings. Now a few Lings are going to go forward at a time. Trigger as many stasis traps as is physically possible. There's so many oracles. They can only build stasis traps so fast. I guess it's going to be fast enough, though. Force fields, just a massive surround of force fields here. If we only had Storm, we could recreate that moment. That one moment. I don't even remember what players were playing in that game. I think it was Machine. Wasn't Machine the Zerg in that one game? You know that clip. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're real gamers. Dark's going to keep trying to press in here. The Banelings crashing forward, doing their best. But Stalkers aren't as bad against Banelings as they once were. The good Blink Micro here from herO, holding on a little bit, trying to get as big of a concave as possible. Tank as much with each individual Stalker without it dying. The Oracles are all going down to the Hydras. No more Stasis Traps, no more Pulsar Beam, and Dark is going to make sure there's no more herO on this map very soon as herO falls to under 100 supply. These Lings chewing through the last of the Stalkers. Some more Warp Bins come through, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before Dark just puts the finishing blow on this army. +3 armor, it's not going to be enough. There's the GG. I think herO realizing the position he was in. Just not enough army there. Not enough tech there for herO after Dark's early game pressure. Crazy. Actually insane that Dark just attacks until it's not a good idea anymore, and then he attacks some more, and then it's even a worse idea. He just attacks some more. And then it either works, finally, or he dies, and it kind of goes back and forth. Kind of insane. All right. Players are ready. We're going to get into Ghost River for game number 2. This should be fun. This feels like a herO kind of map. Now I'm trying to think, like, how often have we had a KSL finals without either one of these players? Because last week it was Creator versus Oliveira. We didn't have either Dark or herO. But it is pretty rare. I feel like more often than not, we have one of these players in the finals. It's so funny to me how often it happens. Always such a banger, too. Anyways, game number 2 here. Ghost River spawning in the upper right-hand corner. We have Dragon Phoenix Gaming's herO. Or Dragon Kitesy Gaming. Sorry, I went old school with the Dragon Phoenix Gaming. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, it is Talon's Dark. Storm and Force Field reminds you of this classic. That's what I was talking about, Wimpy. You got it. I was wondering who the players are in that. It's been so long, I forgot. Oh, it was Minigun. Minigun. Yeah. So good. God, what a banger. What a great moment. I wish I could put that on stream more easily, but... Oh my god, it's so small. What is this GIF? This GIF is 120p. That's crazy. Anyways. Focus on this a little bit. Focus on this game a little bit. Sometimes I get distracted in the early game, and in Dark versus herO, you got to pay attention because you just never know when I'm going to look back at Dark's base and I'm like, oh, yeah, never mind. Hold on. Dark's all in. There's been a couple times where I've just been talking about something, not super paying attention, and I look at Dark's base and he's like pulling drones. And I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on. What is going on? Fortunately, that's not the case this time. Being distracted isn't the end of the world. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's for everybody's viewing pleasure. Important stuff. Pro gamer move. Zap, 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 zap. Bam. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Absolute classic. Thank you, Wimpy. All right, what's going on in this game now? God, I wish we could see a moment like that again. Imagine how hype a set of force fields like that with a big storm would be in 2024. Dude, imagine like herO versus herO or something. And herO's trying to do a run by with Banelings, and herO's just got like 3 full energy sentries and 2 high Templar. And we're all just watching with bated breath. And it happens. Oh. Honestly, that would be better than like a solar nuke, I think. Just because, you know, like a big nuke, they do happen. We do get them. Occasionally. It's rare at the high level. But like the force field storm combo on Banelings, no less, that never happens. We never get that. We haven't gotten a good one since. That's it. That was the one. We just watched it. The one time that's happened. That's it. That'd be crazy. I would love to see it. Should send that gift to herO and be like, herO, can you do this for us in like the next time you play in a match? Can you try to do this? He'll be like, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. But maybe he'll try for us, you know? Maybe he would. He is very successfully being annoying here, but hasn't really killed much. Dark doing a good job with on the defense. Wow, that's a nice stasis trap, though. That's 3 dead, not dead queens. That's 3 stuck queens. And suddenly, this natural is very, very exposed. And herO is not going to let that go to waste. That's 7 drones, so all of a sudden, I'm talking about, hey, Dark's doing such a great job defending. herO's like, nah, dude. 8 dead drones. Just like that, easy peasy. Now roaches are coming out, and I do think herO has realized there's a walk across the map happening as those queens were way off creep for no other reason. And this is a great thing to do on this map, but down the drones, Dark is suddenly very, very committed to this. A few lings getting trimmed off the front here by these stalkers, which do not have blink yet. And that is a problem for herO. Oh, great focus fire to stop that Raptor from coming up, but Stalker does die right now. This shield battery gets overcharged, but it's going to die very quickly. Second shield battery trying to stay alive, but the lack of blink on these stalkers is so painful. Where's the Oracle? It's on the other side of the map, those 2 oracles. I don't know if herO's going to have enough here. Dark is up. Triple the army supply almost of herO. The oracles get recalled home, but they got to be careful. And it looks like herO's just going to give up this base. Not much else he can do about it. All the probes going down at it. Bunch of Ravagers morphing. Dark going to leave that base. He's killed all the probes. He's going to come over here and work on the natural wall before herO can get a good defense up. Biles zoning these units and helping to take down the buildings as more Ravagers show up. Oracles on the other side of the map. 1 does go down, but 8 more drones die. Dark even more all in, even less support behind this. But can herO hold on? Blink is done. There are 3 shield batteries here as herO desperately tries to make a defense. There's the super shield battery, but that is going to get biled down immediately. And down it goes. These guys are out of juice. No more healing energy here. I think Dark's just going to have too much. I feel like Dark's about to break through and take game number 2 here. Can herO do anything? He's got no units left. The Oracle's out of energy. Zealots are trying to fight, but there's so many Ravagers. Probes getting pulled, but I think it's too late. Too little, too late. It feels like Dark is just about to take this game. herO can hold on a little bit longer, but Dark, even with this stunted economy, should be able to keep flooding with lings. And herO, I mean, the Blink Stalkers just aren't going to be enough to hold on. There's no shield batteries in the main to keep them healed up. And I think the Ling Ravager is going to be too much here. Dark's getting the guaranteed kills on the 2 Nexuses. And that's going to put herO on 1 base against 3. Yeah, the worker count's similar. Doesn't really matter. Dark's army is too big for herO to do anything across the map. All Dark has to do is chill out here for a little bit. Make sure herO doesn't get any more damage done. He can just drone back at home. He could do a 50-50 drone Ling. He's right now going 100% Ling because it's Dark. Oh, he's just going to bust up this ramp. Force field goes down, but there are Ravagers here. This is no longer 2012 StarCraft. The Ravagers can bust up this ramp. Force fields can't hold forever. And that should just be game. We're going up to a quick 2-0 for Dark. Dark, who never seems to be able to beat herO in the KSL finals, is now on match point. This is it. This is storyline right here. This is gaming. My voice not gonna last through the rest of this. Oh man, I'm cooked. You know, I was gonna go to karaoke on Sunday. I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. Talking about he can drone, and then it's just links in the production tab. Yeah, again, that's just classic Dark right there. Classic Dark. All right, we've been here before though. This is not the first time Dark has been up 2-0 in the KSL finals against herO. This has happened before. Every time he's been up 2-0, the reverse sweep happens. I'm pretty sure the one time Dark won, he reverse swept herO. So every time Dark is up 2-0 in these finals, herO reverse sweeps him. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that's what has happened. You know what I mean? Like, historically, herO pulls it back. But let's see. Maybe this is the time. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Oceanborn. Down 0-2. Can he do it again? Can he possibly do it again? It is Dragon Kitesy Gaming's herO. He's got to pull it all the way back here. 3 games in a row against one of the toughest Zergs in the world. In the lower right, it is Talon's Dark. Going for an extractor trick, make sure his hatch is not blocked. It is very interesting. I've pointed this out before, but Dark will force his natural base sometimes. Sometimes. It's not consistent on maps. I'm trying to figure out if it's consistent on builds, but I haven't quite figured out why he does it or when he does it. Because I don't know. It seems random. I know he's got a reason for it. And actually, the one thing I will say, I feel like usually when he does this, he wants, I don't know, he wants to macro, I guess? I don't know. Because a lot of games, most games, he'll just go take this base if the probe comes over. Whatever, no problem. He just does it. But then sometimes he, like, specifically like this game, took a very early hatch, did the extractor trick to get an extra drone out so he could delay the overlord so the hatch could be as early as possible. Sometimes he'll send 2 drones down, try to trick the probe or fight the probe and force the base. But he will take this base if he wants it. And it's very interesting to me that he does that, because a lot of Zergs, they either pick one or the other. They force the base pretty much every game, or they'll just take the third every game. Dark, he goes back and forth, man. He doesn't want you to rest easy. So what are we going to see him do here? I feel like a lot of times if he is forced to take like a base like this, he'll utilize the fact that his creep spread is closer, start spreading that creep immediately, and go for like a queen roach walk or something. But because he was able to get his natural base down, that's going to make that strategy a little bit less powerful. Or maybe it gives him the ability to do something else he wants to do this game. Oh, nice save on that that drone there. As the Adept shades away. Oh, this time the Queen hits the drone. Usually the Queens try to transfuse the drones, but sometimes they want to hit the drone. herO sees that Dark has not taken a third yet. We are 3.5 minutes into this game. Dark is going to take a third, but obviously a lot later than he initially wanted it to be because of this Adept Ras. And the Adepts stay alive, which is very good for herO now, who's going into Glaives. So this is going to be a quick Glaives, 4 gates. He's going to have the Robo to build a Warp Prism. A lot of potential for damage here from herO. Even if it's not the initial group of Adepts, he can get that Warp Prism out and start doing some fancy juggling, get him into the main base, that kind of stuff. Be very, very annoying for Dark to deal with for the next few minutes. And Dark doesn't have any tech out yet. The Roach Warren just dropped. And because his third base is so late, he is not going to have the larva from that or the income from that. It's going to make it a lot harder to deal with this. That being said, he also won't have drones there, so he won't have to worry about defending the drones at that base. Oh, this is really nice for herO, though. These already have glaives. It's just a few. So you might not think they have glaives. You're just going to be able to get in here, kill a bunch of those lings, kill 3 drones, get down here. This Roach Warren is not done yet. Still so painful. With all the drones had to be pulled off of this base. Now they're just running around all over the place. And now here comes this Warp Prism. herO can reinforce with this. He can drop into the main. He can drop into the natural. So many options, and that's what's difficult for Dark to deal with. And he knows it, too. He knows this is coming. He sees all this. Coming across, the Adept's going to start their shading. The Queens are going to push forward. Roaches and Ling's going to stay back. That shade is not going to finish up. Ooh, that Prison needs to be very careful. It runs right into the Queens. All of its shields are gone now. Lings and Roaches coming down here to fight, but that means this shade can finish. Whoa, but there are some reinforcements here, and the Ling's going to get on top of this. And you know what? This is really nice right now for Dark. Looks like most of these Adepts are going to get taken out. 2 will finish here. Oh, but a couple of Roaches going to be here. The Glaive Adepts will still get some kills. It's still going to be 4 kills. That was a lot of Glaive Adepts. It's not quite done yet. But because there's no threat of other Adepts coming in, it's just this War Prism. I think Dark's in a great spot. That being said, he only lost 4 drones. Sure, he had like no workers. He's only lost 7 workers, but he's down 11. And that's a big problem for Dark. Yes, he was able to keep most of his drones alive, but he didn't have that many to begin with. So that's very painful for him no matter what. His lair also is just now starting. He's going to drop the Bane Nest. He just doesn't have much money coming in. He's trying now to get more drones up, but there's still this harassment from herO, so he still has to make sure to keep his units in position, not lose any more drones. Meanwhile, back at home, herO is chilling on 3 bases. He's been ahead in workers for a little while now. He doesn't have much tech going for him, though. Just a couple of Immortals popping out and running across the map. They're going to be very helpful against the Lings, or against the Roaches, rather, but not necessarily the Lings. That being said, my God, that is a lot of Adepts. Way more than I was expecting. Oh, and they're going to shade right on through, getting on top of this drone line. That does leave the Immortals a little bit more exposed, but third Immortal coming up. Exposed to what exactly? Because there's nothing left. Nothing left at all, and that is going to be GG here as herO. Is it starting? Is it starting? Because herO wasn't happy about those first 2 games, man. He was like, no, you were running it. You were deciding what was going to happen in these games, and I don't like that. I'm going to decide. I am going to tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is Glaive Adepts. And I mean, that follow-up push was pretty brutal, too. I think he recognized the low eco of Dark. And he was like, if I just pump and push and just units, I'm going to catch him droning. Which is, it's really tough to catch Dark droning. Dark does not like to drone when he's supposed to. A lot of times, the Protoss will, like, go to hit Dark. And they're like, oh, he's been droning. He's not going to have a lot of units out. But joke's on them. Sometimes Dark just doesn't build drones. And he just builds units. And then he doesn't die. That was not the case that game. He built a bunch of drones and then died to the follow-up. Beautifully played by herO. Great job recognizing where he was in that game. And now I'm a little worried for Dark, man. This is what happens. He gets up 2-0 and then I don't know if it's, you know, a mental thing on his side or on the opponent's side. You know, maybe it's that, like, that underdog game. I know Rainer's got that. But let's see. He's still on match point. He still has 2 games. All he has to do is win one of them. In the lower left-hand corner of Alcyone, it is Dark. But can the man do it again? I want to believe that it's not going to happen, but I also feel like it's inevitable. We're just watching it again. I've been here before. In the upper right, it's herO. I just gotta say, the art by Nicolas Chassois is always, it's just so good. Every single piece of StarCraft art he's done has been just fantastic. One day I want to commission him to do a portrait of me. Just for myself, just to have. Because I think it's so cool. I know he did all the casters for the Caster Invitational, and those were so sick. There's at DreamHack they had it was the 100th DreamHack, so they had a bunch of like commemorative stuff of people who had won in the past, and they had I got a card, a pack of cards, And one of them was Scarlet winning IM Pyeongchang and Oliveira winning Katowice. And they were both, it was both art by Nicolas Chassois. Really, really cool. And it was really cool too, like, it was just a pack of, I think it was 10 cards. And 2 of them were StarCraft, which, like, really warmed my heart. Because, you know, after all those years of Blizzard, it'd be like, they'd release a pack of 100 cards, and there'd be no StarCraft. But, you know, IM, they care about us. There's a lot of love for StarCraft in that group of people. They recognize that StarCraft has been a big part of their, you know, their brand for a long time, and a lot of those guys came from StarCraft. People who work on DreamHacks and IEM. It's cool to see that love, even if it's not Blizzard giving it to us anymore. R.I.P. All right, we got another Stargate opener here from herO. Not going to be quite as aggressive in the early game. Just some cheeky Oracle harass again. Back to basics. Kind of a weird wall from herO. I mean, I don't know. I say that in this day and age, I don't expect like Baneling busts or anything, so I guess the pylon in the wall is fine. I really wish we would see some players, and Dark would be the perfect person to do this. Start Baneling busting a little bit more. You know, just like bring it out every now and then. Because, you know, these Protoss players, they need to wall better. I know herO's doing this because he can do it with just a 2-building wall. But, like, gotta knock some sense into him sometimes, you know? Put the fear of God into them. Yeah, I know everybody always talks smack about herO's walls. This is a good wall in that Dark is very unlikely to do anything about it. But the surface area for this gateway is huge. Obviously, again, Banelings can smash through this pylon, no problem. It's not going to happen, so I kind of get why herO doesn't care anymore. Once upon a time, that mattered a lot more. Ooh, it's a good catch by Dark. You know who always had the worst walls, though? Was Zest. I hope we get Zest back, just so people can realize that herO's walls are not nearly as bad as Zest's walls. For sure, the worst walls I've ever seen were from Zest. I seldomly do I think I'm better than a pro player at anything. And even when I do think that, I'm usually wrong. But I'm quite confident that my walls were better than herO's, or better than Zest's at that point in time. That was kind of a wild shade there from herO. I don't know if I love it. Trades out with a bunch of the Lings, but he's going to lose all these Adepts for you. Can he get any drones? One drone. I mean, trading out with Lings is nice, but that was a lot of Adepts to trade out for, you know, like a handful of Lings. I don't necessarily know if that was worth it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say that was not worth it. And now the Lings counterattack because, hey, Oracles are on that side of the map. Oh, no. Oh, no, your wall. Oh, no. All this talking about how the wall's fine, and it's not fine. It's not fine. I'm not fine. We're not good over here, guys. Oh, that wall they just slipped right through. Dark. It's just butter. Butter right on the Lings. He sends them through the butter factory before they get in there. Now, they didn't really get a ton of damage done. That's so annoying to have to deal with. And oh my god, there's a Nidus Worm. Because Dark doesn't just do one thing, he does all the things. He's cheesing again, and herO in some trouble. The probes getting pulled, so many probes going down. The Stalkers, they don't have Blink. They don't have +1. It's all on the way, but it's not here yet. Dark's trying to punish the crappy wall, and you know what? I think he might just do it. Can he do it this time? Can he finish off herO? herO is staying alive. He has killed a lot of the Lings, but as I say that, reinforcement Lings show up. This wall is a lot of shield batteries and pylons, not the best wall in the world. More Stalkers warping in, trying to hold on. Actually, that wall is not full at all. Now it is closed up with the Stalkers, so the Lings are going to pull back. They're going to just go for the third, but now a Nidus pops up in the main. Queens and Lings popping out into herO's main base. Blink and +1 are done, so the Twilight Council and Forge, not that big of a deal right now, but the probes are a big deal, as the worker count is now even between these two. herO's going to work through some of these spine crawlers that are trying to come up, but Dark's going to kill the third base. More Stalkers are warping in. Maybe herO can hold on. I don't know, though. I don't know. I think this might be it. Dark is finally going to do it. He's just going to cheese the crap out of herO to make sure he closes out this series. And herO letting those Lings into his base, distracting him so he didn't see that Nidus coming. Wasn't able to get properly prepared. And I just don't think it's going to be enough Blink Stalkers here. And he's only got one gateway left to warp in from. These ones are depowered. And that's GG. Dark does it. He takes it. Finally overcoming herO, his nemesis in the KSL. And Dark takes only his second KSL win against herO. What a game. What a series. That's beautiful. Beautiful stuff.